Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sally, and on today's video I'm going to be talking all about annotating, how I personally annotate my books, and why. And also I'm going to be showing you a lot of the tools and materials I use. So yes, let's get right into it. I want this video to be a little bit, short, useful, concise, and precise. So this is what I'm going for with this one. Hopefully that's what this is going to be. Let me show you first everything that I use. First, highlighters. My favorite ones are the My Liner highlighters. So this one's my personal favorite ones are the My Liners. These are the best highlighters I've used yet. So yes, My Liners, they come in a bunch of different colors. They have two tips. So we have the bold one and then a little fine one, which yeah, they are amazing. They don't bleed, they are not see-through, they are just great. I love them. So yes, I'm gonna link everything down below. Yeah, everything's gonna be down below. Everything. Then I have these Pilot highlighters, which I like. I don't use them a lot, but they are not bad, they're good. So yeah, these ones, they have this little tip at the end, which you're supposed to be able to erase what you highlight with this one. It works. It's just you have to like scratch the paper really hard, so it might end up damaging the paper a little bit, but they work. So yeah, these ones, they're good. And finally, I have this Sharpie Clear View highlighters. They have this clear window in the tip, so you can see what you're highlighting. So yeah, that's very cool. They are good. They're very like strong and also like very bright, blinding neon colors, but they work very well. And yes, pens. I found recently the hidden jewel of pens for annotating. This is the best pen I've ever used to annotate, which is this one. I got it from Miniso, a store here on Mexico. I don't know if this store operates in other places or anything. I'm gonna put it down below and a picture here anyway, but yeah, that's where I got it. This one's, and I don't know, I just feel like my hand works really well with this pen. Something about it. It's a gel pen and it doesn't bleed, it doesn't see through anything like that, and my letter is just so much prettier with this one. I don't know what it is, but I like this pen a lot. And before that, the one that I used like for absolutely everything was Precise V5 Rolling Ball Extra Fine. This one, I really do like this one as well. This is a Pilot one, and this one's very good. Finally, my tabs. My favorite tabs are these ones. They're linked all down below, and they are from Amazon, and they're just so pretty, and I love them. I usually just match the color of the tabs with the color of the cover, and that works really well. So yes, use also this stamp. This is an ink stamp with the ink pad, and then this one is an embosser. They look like this. I'm gonna put a picture for the embosser and then a picture for how the ink pad looks. They're both so cute. They say my name. I love them so much. Usually when a book is just like mine from my library, I use just the embosser, and when it is annotated, it is mine and it is like have my annotations, I use both. That's how I've been doing it. Now for what I actually annotate. What do I do? So basically, personally, I know a lot of people don't like annotating. I kind of didn't see the point at the very beginning. I was like, why would I want to write on my book? Doesn't make sense. And then I kind of just started getting into the idea even more, and I was, you know what, I'm gonna try it out. And then I tried it, and then I never let it go because I became obsessed, and now I can't stop. I don't annotate all of my books, just the ones like I feel I need to annotate, or like I have the feeling that they're gonna be favorites, or I just want my thoughts written on. Okay, so basically I'm gonna show you a little bit how my books annotated look, but to give you a little overview before I show you. I underline, I highlight, I write little notes, I write longer paragraphs if I have a lot of thoughts or feelings, and I have space at the end of the chapter. I usually have my little paragraphs there. I use like brackets, I use parentheses, I draw sometimes I draw little faces, I draw just little random drawings. Basically, that's what I do. Also, what I want to mention, at the end of the book, when a book is a favorite, when I finish reading a book and I'm like, this is one of my new favorite books, I just love this book so much, what I usually do is I write a love letter to the book at the very end. Usually the last page is a letter. It is always, or most of the time, to the main characters. So in this case, it says Gills in January, And this is just my thank you note, my thank you letter to the books, to the book, to the characters, to the story. I basically, it's just me raving about how much this book meant to me, how much I love it, and how much it taught me. And yeah, so basically it's an emotional love letter to the book. So this is what I do with my favorite books, and I just wanted to throw and put the idea out there because I really do like doing that. And also, nobody's gonna read that letter ever if I can help it. It's just between them and me, so that's nice. So yeah, basically I have with this one as well. Not here. Here it is. This is one. I did, of course, did one for babies. This book also has a photo dump at the end, but that's another story. This one also has a letter, of course. And Archer's Voice, of course, had to have a letter. So I have like, how many books are here? 5. Like 5 books have letters. From all of the books I've ever read, only 5 have letters, which just makes it a whole lot more special. So I love my little letters. Honestly, an annotated book, like how it looks, one of my favorite sides. I just think it's like, I don't know, something about annotated books I love. It looks so pretty to me, like in the inside. When I annotate, my little notes and my paragraphs and everything, they are not all the time like this deep, super vulnerable, reflective thing. A lot of the times they are. I do like being very vulnerable and intimate with my notes because they're just for me. Nobody's gonna read the book. I don't know, it's just like my little diary is for me. It's for me to go back to in like 10, 5, 2 years and just be reminded of how I feeling at that moment, why that book meant so much to me. And just my little live reactions. And it is very vulnerable for me. I annotated books because they're, at the end of the day, pieces of my soul and of my brain and of my like true most deepest self are in here. Everything's in here, so it's just like crazy, but it's one of the things that I love most about them, like being my truest self with the book when I annotate. So yeah, I mean, they're just for me, which I very much love the idea of. So yeah, when I started annotating, I was a little bit like, you know, skeptical or scared that my little notes were gonna be like cringy or silly or just like funny to older me, to future me when I go back and revisit this. And I didn't want my future self to feel like, why would you write this? Like, this is so dumb or silly. And I was kind of, you know, skeptical about it. And then I think I reread one of the books I annotated. I think it was this one. I reread this once after it was annotated, and I didn't feel like that at all. It just reminded me why I love this book so much and how it changed me and why it meant so much to me at some point. And that's the point. And when I did that, like that little fear just went away completely, because I realized I'm still me and I'm gonna get me. Where I personally live in my annotated books is a little bit piece of my essence, and that's not gonna change if I can help it. So you have nothing to worry about. So yes, and again, not all of my, I forgot to say that, not all of my little notes are vulnerable and intimate. A lot of them they are, but a lot of the times they're just really silly things like LOL, bad words, curses when they make me, you know, when I'm mad. My books are stained with tears, and I always like circle the tear and put a little arrow that says tear, so I know that once upon a time a tear was there. Just like funny stuff, and I underlined everything that I feel like, everything that moves me in any silly, dumb, or reflective, deep way. I underline everything. I think they're like a representation of every side of me, you know? So I do it all. All of the silly things are there, all of my deepest secrets are also there, so everything. Don't be scared of not knowing what to write. Just write what you feel like. It's just for you. You don't have to be scared. Nobody's gonna read it. Nobody's gonna judge. It's just you. Personally, I don't think, or I don't know if I would let anyone read my annotated copies of these books. Maybe, I don't know. What I did do one time was annotate a book for my best friend's birthday. I annotated The Invisible Life by LaRue for her. It was last year, May of last year, and I loved doing that for her, and I think she really liked it, hopefully, I think. So yeah, I have actually a TikTok where I kind of recorded the process of doing that. I'm gonna link that down below just in case you want to see it. But yeah, it is one of the best gifts I think I've ever made, because I loved doing it, and I think it turned out really cool. So yeah, it's also a cool gift idea if you have a bookish reader bestie. I'm gonna show you now how it looks, and so you guys can see. So yeah, a beach read. This is the book I'm gonna use as an example to show you how they look like. So basically, with this book in specific, this book had the number of the chapter, and they also had like a title. And I did my own little drawings for each chapter depending on the title. It was so fun to do so. It's just little drawings. This one's the one I'm looking for, the X, and I of course had to draw a trash can because obviously, yeah. This is the one I wanted to show you. The best friend is my favorite drawing I did for this book. Just like a little human heart. Basically, as you can see, I underline little just quote or random sentences that I think are important for any reason. I have my little notes, annotations there. I do highlight sometimes. Sometimes I highlight and underline when it's important, especially when I underline the whole sentence, but I just want this part to be like the focus of it. I just highlight this one, and then this is just underlined. And again, sometimes I do squares to give more focus to something. It just depends. Sometimes I will go ahead and just highlight all of this because this apparently really meant something to me, because I just will highlight it. This is just, I do random drawings. I do a lot of random little faces. I just really like it, and I'm not scared to just scratch when I made a mistake. When I write incorrectly, it's okay. I just don't mind. I do a lot of arrows, little things. I do a lot of parentheses or brackets, and sometimes it will just be the parentheses. Sometimes I will put highlight on top of that. It really depends on just what I'm feeling at the moment, how I want to. Little hearts. You know, this is almost everything is underlined. The important parts I want to focus on are highlighted. These brackets are in highlight. My little notes are always there. So this is basically how I annotated copy. My annotated copy looks like. This is my favorite book, and it's actually one of my most annotated books as well. Little faces. The faces are really everywhere. Like, but this is how it looks like, guys. Look, this is the kind of paragraphs I meant. Just longer paragraphs full of thoughts and feelings. My love letter to the book is at the very end. And yeah, also the tabs. The tabs most of the time don't mean anything. I usually will just go, I'm gonna take this as an example, like this, and then when this are over, go to this, and then just finish them up in order. But most of the time, I'm gonna choose the darker shades of the tabs. Darker shades are gonna be the most important, like the highlight of the highlights in the tabs. So for example, in this case, the blue and the purple ones are the most important scenes, between all the important scenes, like this, and then purple is important, stuff like that. And then the rest of them are just highlights, like plain something happened that I liked, that I want that chapter to be like marked somehow, so that's why they're there. But the most important ones are the darker shades. That's how usually it's done for me. And I think that's it, guys. I think that was all. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any question or comment, please let me know, and I'll try to answer absolutely everything. And yeah, all of my social media is linked down below and right here if you guys want to go ahead and follow me there. And yeah, everything I show you, all of the tools and everything you saw here is linked also down below. Yeah, it is most likely on my Amazon storefront. That is an affiliate link, so just for you guys to know. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love every single one of you, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video.